There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. So, we are back on the mass production server. We've got a few things I have been sorting out in the background. So one thing I've sorted out in the background is I've actually gotten rid of our... Let's turn my glider on. I've gotten rid of our quarry over here. Hey, Envious, welcome to the stream. I've actually removed our quarry over here from the game. Elf Daughter, hello. How's it going with you, sweetheart? What have you been up to? So I've removed our quarry, our builder style quarry from over here. And I'm going to be in the process of removing our collection of deep resonance items over the next couple of streams, because we don't really need deep resonance anymore. Hey, Amalate, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to be slowly kind of like stripping out the all of the deep resonance stuff. It's going to take a long time to strip out some things. Pretty manic day, but all good. Nice. I'm glad that you are all good. I'm sorry that you had a manic day, but I'm glad that you are all good. We don't really need like any of this stuff anymore, to be honest. Twitch stream is not working. Thank you for letting me know, Master Gamer. Let me reboot the stream. Test. Stram work. Duke. There we go. That looks like it should be live on Twitch as well now. So that should, I'm kind of hoping, work. Thank you very much, Master Gamer, for letting me know that that was not working. Hey, Quacksar. Welcome to the stream. Your Master Gamer. Excellent. Thank you very much, Quacksar. Your assistance was greatly appreciated. I know that like a lot of people do prefer Twitch over YouTube. And vice versa. I know a lot of people do prefer YouTube over Twitch. So I've been working on an alternate power source, or I've been doing some alternate power source. I think you did see the start of it at the end of the previous stream. I was making graphite and I was making tough alloys and things on the last stream. And as I was kind of working on making tough alloys and things last stream, I sort of in between streams got to work a little bit more on my nuclear reactor, and I've been sort of running fuels through the nuclear reactor. In the meantime, on the last stream, you did see me build this monstrosity, and it has reached the point where it has made me enough of these compact machine casings that I am now able to finish up or sort of do the compact machine quest. The compact machine quest was a quest that required us to make I think it's 92 compact machines. Let's have a look at it. It's wants us to make 64 maximum size compact machines. And the maximum size compact machines are 98 casings, an emerald block, and are triggered by an ender pearl. And they're 5x5, so we actually have to expand this to be even larger than it is now. But what we can do is we can just strip down this auto system, because we don't need that anymore. I mean, it's not going to be too bad to do 64 repetitions of the same craft in this. Having to do, I think it was, what, 400 repetitions of the same craft to get enough of the compact machine casings. That was a little bit different. But having to do just the 64, that's not going to be too bad. I do like the spatial card, though. I also made myself my first RTG off stream. An RTG is just a device made out of a bunch of the wasted material from, also the waste material from nuclearcraft, and it creates passive power. Now, the one I made was the plutonium one. It uses a mid-tier waste fuel, and it generates 100 RF per tick. Some people might think 100 RF per tick isn't worth it. Personally, I think it actually is, because 100 RF per tick, completely free, passive. Like, this is one of my personal opinions about the reactor mods. A lot of the reactor mods produce huge amounts of power in exchange for fuel. But then, unless you've got a massive storage, massive power storage set up, it's a case of, what are you going to do with this huge amount of power? Because, like, a huge amount of power is wonderful. What is exactly... this mod pack is a mod pack called Mass Production. It is a mod pack focused around the idea of basically having big overarching goals without any particular kind of demand for you to do the pack a specific way. So the big overarching goals we have at the moment are just a few quests, but they're all very, very, very much kind of the big quests. So we've got things like make 64 huge compact machines, maximum size compact machines. We've got things like make 64K drives from AE. So it's all about the big goals, and how you go about those goals is kind of up to you. It's also a stage mode mod pack because it's also a stage mode mod pack because the thing is all staged out to be done in stages. Which I quite like. I quite like a bit of stage mode in my mod packs. And then you need to go back to that one. That's actually quite convenient. Depending on if there's something behind here for me to stand on. There is. And there we go. There is our 5x5 cube. Excellente. And this is what we need to build the maximum compact machines. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to build this out to be... No, come on, down. Dang step assist. Stopping me from falling in the holes. We're going to pick up these items, which are our spatial coordination things. I'm actually going to use these, and I'm actually going to build a giant compact machine using those, and then I'm going to have it auto build me all my giant compact machines, because I need to do it 64 times, so doing it once within the confines of one of those things is going to be just easier. So, what I want to do is I want to get a reasonably big flat area. Get rid of all the snow. Thankfully it's not snowing right now. Oops. Don't get rid of all the dirt, droid. You want to keep the dirt where it is so that you can actually build on it. Hey, that one guy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? So what I want to do is I want to put you here. And you here? Nope. You would need to go further out than that, so I'm going to have to build this a 7x7 chamber. At least a 7x7 chamber. We want you to be out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can just fill in the dirt here. Like that. I think the last time I saw you, you were 1.2k. I've been steadily losing. I was at 5,200 at one point. But I've been steadily losing subscribers. So if I was to put the builder... And I'll have to pull both out because I don't know which one's got the spatial card in it. You the one with the spatial card? Nope, you're the one with the mine. So it's the one in my inventory. This is the mining one. Like so. So if I was to put you, say, here. Okay, that's acceptable. Good. What if I was to put you here? No, that's not acceptable. Okay. That is acceptable. So if I was to put you 2 down, that would mean I would need to come 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second. I went one too far out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went too far that way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. There we go. Let's just get all of these lined up. And then I'd need to come 2 up in the center, which is 1, 2, 3. And then I'd need to build my compact machine. Salt. All the salty people. I can hear you, llama, spitting at my things. Do not spit at my things, lava. Lava? Llama. So, 1, 2. We're just gonna fill this out. Hey, Electrofried, welcome to the stream. We are setting up a spatial chamber to do compact machines for us. Oh, I might need some more emeralds. Because I only have... Ooh, I'm going to need a lot more emeralds. Oh, that's a problem. I only have enough emeralds to make 14. Thankfully, I have been digging up emerald ore, but... Minecraft 1.14 does look cool, but I'm such a hardcore modded player. And by hardcore modded, I mean I like mods, not I am a hardcore player. But I'm such a hardcore modded player that it doesn't really excite me that 1.14 is just coming out, because I have to wait until the API is created and mods developed, and then mod pack creators decide to play it. Time to make a human... Actually, yeah, I could go and get villagers and make a villager farm. That wouldn't be a bad way of getting emeralds, would it? Bugger. Forge will probably skip 1.13 entirely. That's exactly what I said to my partner. I said Forge is probably going to skip 1.13 because by the time Forge even begins to get the modding API sort of functional, most mod pack creators will have moved on. So there won't be that many mods for 1.13. And, like, what are they going to do? Really? So, I do have 50 emerald ore. And if I put that through a sag mill, I get 2 guaranteed and 25% chance of more. So what I can do is I can put that through a sag mill with resonant grinding balls to get a 85% chance? 85% chance of doubling that 2 into 4. I think that's probably my best bet of getting lots and lots of emeralds quickly. So I need my vibrant alloy balls. I saw that snicker. My partner is sitting next to me and I said vibrant alloy balls and she giggled. Maturity, thy name is Zana.
Yeah, because you're so much maturer.
Oh god, yeah, I'm so much maturer than you are. She's gonna hit me.
Oh no, I'm straying.
I just have to stream forever and she'll never punish me again.
Who's gonna bring you food, sweetie?
Damn. The server that I'm playing on is the official server for the mod pack. It comes pre-installed on the mod pack. It's a good job you can't see my face. Then we need to come up here and go bloop. Actually, no, we need to come around and go bloop like that. Make sure you use the octadic capacitor with your vibrant balls. The octadic capacitor with my vibrant balls. Yep. That is most certainly what I need to make sure I do. Why you not show... No, he's right. He's wrong. Chamber not formed. Chamber looks like it's goddamn formed to me, bitch. Oh, wait. I have to wrench it to form the chamber, don't I? There we go. I remembered. I had to wrench it to form the chamber. I guess 7:30 PM is late enough for this to be classed as a late night stream. Rude puns away! Oh, okay, so actually, yeah, this counts as... Okay, so I need to set this up over in this corner. Like so, and then if I do this... Oh yeah, that's too low. I need to put it one higher. I will be there in 100 megabytes. Minus 10 megabytes later.
How are you digging that?
Hey, Tuxedo Skull, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, chest. No, I did not put you down there. You liar. Your Minecraft boat, Quacksar. That sucks. We have got Pi here as well, who's also regular on the stream, who is currently chilling out and watching. Oh, is that too... Dang it. I am going to have to put it down one. I'm going to have to sink my chamber again. Because I need another space. I need another space below. So that I can install all of this. See, this is kind of like the Builder. It's one of those things, kind of like the Builder, where it's a little bit of pain in the backside to set up. But once it's set up, it saves you so much time. I went and helped Pi with his giant build of a lighthouse. And he was building the outer walls to it. And I just set up the... I set up the builder and filled in the outer walls. And what would have been, even with a building gadget, what would have probably been 20 minutes half an hour. It was like 2.5 minutes long of just kind of do. Done. Chest. So we want emerald blocks and compact machine blocks. Hey, Quacksar, welcome to the game. Quacksar is a member on the stream. Buongiorno. Quacksar loves me enough to play and watch stream. Pie. He loves me more. I'm not teasing my viewers, I promise. So, conduits. And solar panels. There's like even the Vibrant Energy solar panels I've got only generate 160 RF per or 160 UI per tick, which I think roughly equates to 80 RF a tick, I think.
My builder guy is broken.
Your builder guy is broken?
He's asking me for a pickaxe.
Mm.
He's picking at redstone and ore, and I asked him to build the barracks. I have no idea what he's doing.
Is there anything underground there?
I have no idea.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh well. Even to it.
Droid, you do nothing but tease. True, true.
I'm glad somebody else has noticed.
You and Elfie would be great allies. Okay, so that's that set up to make my compact machines. I need 64 of the max size compact machines for now. Lego versus Minecraft versus Roblox. Lego, the physical game at the top. Lego, the PC game at the bottom. Lego World. Or the Lego platforms I don't really count as games. They're Lego themed platformers. They're not Lego games. Although they are the mainstream of Lego games. Physical game, Minecraft comes next because there are some decent physical Minecraft games, and Roblox next up from the bottom. So Lego at the top, then Minecraft, then Roblox for physical. For PC games, Minecraft, then Lego games, then Roblox. So basically Roblox comes the bottom of both. What makes you think we're not already? True. So this is my nuclear craft generator at the moment. It's generating me a decent amount of power. It's generating me 1,700 RF per tick from my fission reactor using TBU fuels. But I don't really care about that. I'm not really in it for the TBU fuel, for the power it's generating. I'm in it for the depleted TBU. Because depleted TBU gives me what I need to make plutonium. And plutonium is what I'm going to be using for my 100 RF RTGs. Later on, I'll be moving on to californium as well, because californium gives you 400 RF per tick RTGs. Why you not build? 98 compact machine walls and a block of emerald. Compact machine walls, blocks of emerald. There we go. And redstone torch and a repeater. I actually need to dig this back one further. True, you and Zana are probably already staunch allies, I just don't know about it. I do think you and Elfie would really get on, though, if you talked outside of just when I was streaming. What'd you say? That'd be quite cool. But yes, actually, wait. How would I kill villagers to get emeralds in this? Because I don't have tinkers. I can't smelt them in a smeltery. Hey, Quacksar. Be careful heading in that direction, Quacksar. There is... Aw, Pie, so cute. Hey, Creator Animations. So I'm the only one watching this on YouTube. You're not the only one watching this on YouTube. Watching this on YouTube, we have Elf Daughter, Tuxedo, that one guy. So we have people all over the place. Redstone. I am setting up a thing that will auto turn on the builder, so that I can make 64 of these. Because basically, I want these things to get built very, very quick. You're being salty? No, don't be salty. So I need 64 of these things to complete one of the quests. So while my generator is just slowly generating. No, that sound is not brilliant, I have to say. I wonder what sound that is. It's not music. It's block sounds. Yeah, we can turn that sound down. I don't think we need the loud crackling sound so much. Why did it only make a large compact machine? That's mildly frustrating. So I have a large compact machine now. By accident. But that's fine. Let's go and check on our emeralds. So, Quacksar, what are you going to be up to now? Ooh, look at that. 3 stacks of emeralds and we aren't finished mining the ore. Although we nearly were. Are you going to go and start your questing? There are a whole bunch of quests to do. Oh, wow. I still need a lot more emeralds. Ooh, there's a lot of emeralds. To be honest, Quacksar, like, there's not, like, a huge amount that needs doing right now. I'm kind of waiting on some bits and pieces to process. I mean... As far as the base goes, Zana is the base builder and she's setting things up. A lot of people on the server. We've got Hep, Quacksar, Snub, and Pi. That's good. That's not a huge amount of people on the server, but it's a nice amount of people on the server. But yeah, if you want to go a long, long way away and have your own like private place that no one else will go to, you can always do /RTP, which takes you like 30,000 blocks away from where you are. But if you don't, if you just want to kind of chill out near everybody else, that's fine too. Hi. It's pretty good at streaming. Thank you very much, Creator Animations. I wouldn't say I'm great at streaming myself, but I try and keep things chill. Meanwhile, while we're doing this process of creating these, which I'll probably pause now because you've seen me do it quite a few times, you can tell it's reasonably automated. What I will probably do is I will probably just mine up the center block here, just to get that one. I will leave that for now because that's reasonably automated. I just need to get enough emeralds, and that's the thing. Where are we going to get that many emeralds? There are a few villages. So if I was to grab a soul vial, for instance, and go and find a village, one thing I could do is I could grab a villager that's got a decent trade and make him my little trade slave. As kind of a farmer would be quite good because I've got automated crop productions. I've got a ton of carrots and potatoes and wheat. So if I could find a decent farm villager, I could set myself up and just kind of auto-trade through his trades. Get a ton of emeralds that way. And we are headed... We need to go north from here. I'm hoping the villagers in this village have survived. I know some people have set their bases up very close to the village, which often leads to all the villagers being slaughtered. What on earth is this? I'm always curious about people who start a mod pack like this and immediately claim like a massive area and just do nothing with it. Who are you? You are Karakmias. I just accidentally claimed a whole bunch of stuff I didn't mean to claim. Oops. And you are Psycho. So Psycho's Woot got gravel, sand, dust, automated and being stored. Nice, guy. Useful. I'm not sure how you managed to automate those things with Woot, because Woot's a mob slaughtering one, but... what are you streaming next, Elf Daughter? What's your next stream? Oh, wow, all these guys have half HP. Weaponsmith buys coal. Okay. I only have 14,000 coal. I'm not sure if I've got enough to sell to the weaponsmith. Do you think we need all 14,000? I think we can spare a little bit of coal. Ooh, you are a farmer. Actually looking for a game right now, thinking maybe 60 seconds. Ooh, nice. So, wheat. Let's grab like that many stacks of wheat, and then carrots. We'll grab like that many stacks of carrots, and potato. We'll grab like that many stacks of potato. So wheat, wheat, wheat. So you will no longer trade wheat with me, but that's fine because you will trade potato, potato, potato. You'll no longer trade potatoes, but that's fine because you will trade carrots. Haha! Screw you! I know all your weaknesses. And then he's back to being able to trade wheat. Yay! Actually looking for game. Ah, I see. He's stopped trading me wheat. No, you scum. You will give me all your emeralds. So yeah, as you can see, we do have a way of getting basically endless emeralds as well. So we've got endless... so we've got the compact machine builder set up. And we've got a way of getting endless emeralds. Who are you? You're a butcher. Not very good for what I want. Farmer with kind of terrible deals. What are you? You're a shepherd. Oh, someone is actually building a little hut here. Or was building a little hut here. What is this claimed land? Who claimed this? Oh, Sky claimed this land. Hey, Sky. I found your tiny little cobble hut. So yeah, I'm probably going to grab one of the farmer villages from over here. Because... yoink. You're going to become my farming slave. And I can just farm emeralds from this guy really, really easily. As you saw, we have thousands of wheat, thousands of carrots, thousands of potato. We can't melt them down in a smeltery, because we don't have a smeltery. So I have no idea, like, how I would go about turning this guy into emeralds, like turning his flesh into emeralds. So I don't think there's any point spawning them, because I'm pretty sure they don't drop emeralds when you kill them. Illagers will in 1.14, but I don't think just general villagers will be dropping emeralds when you kill them. Give me my bars, and then we're just going to set up a little cage in the corner. Hello, slave. I thought something very bad to do then. I was about to turn to Zana and go, "Well, slave, I just said hello. Aren't you going to reply?" And she would probably have beaten me for it. Rightfully so. Yeah, she's giving me the look, guys. So this is my little spawner room at the moment. My little spawner room is just spawning slimes. I have upgraded this sword with some enchantments. It's now got XP 3, Mending, Sweeping Edge, and Sharpness 5. I also gave my equipment mending. I don't think emeralds work like that. They do if you've got tinkers installed. If you've got tinkers installed, then you can turn villagers into emeralds directly, just by smelting them. By melting villagers in the smeltery. Fire, 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 rock, 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 rock. Yeah, for people who are curious as well, on this server, I think in this mod pack in general, but on this server, like, all the ores have been turned up to max. So finding resources is not difficult in this server at all, if anyone would care to join us. So we've still got this guy ticking along quite happily. In fact, this miner at the moment is currently mining marble, specifically because we're gathering up marble for pie. So we now actually have another inventory full of marble. I'll just wander into my local village, melt all the villagers. The police won't mind. There are no police to stop me. And as a great man once said, it's not illegal if you never get caught. Is there any way to farm yellow flowers? Yes. You need yellow dye. So if we grab some bones and make some bone meal. That's recipe. I want uses. Bone meal. We'll make a few stacks of bone meal. What we can do, if you're looking to make yellow dye, is we can just spam bone meal on the snowflowers. Now, again, this is how fast it happens when I right-click. Look at it. Tick, 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 tick. Quite quick. If I put my mouse in the right position, and I do this, it happens a lot faster. And for anyone wondering what I'm doing, I'm using mouse keys on the keyboard, and I'm using turning on mouse keys and using minus to select right click, Then I'm using plus and 5 to cycle between the command points for it. Kind of an auto-clicker. It's actually just mouse keys. What's this? Make thing that right-clicks bone meal on grass, put thing above and below to collect drops. Yes, that is one way of doing it. Hashtag droid cheat. It's not a droid cheat. I use it for lots of things, though. Back before sifters had a limitation, a hard-coded limitation, I used it for sifters. And I used it in Modern Skyblock 3 to get lots and lots of cactus bits. I've had lots of people call me a cheater today. I'm no cheater. I'm a good boy. You believe me, don't you, Zana? She doesn't believe me. I can hear it in her voice. TPA. TP. By the way, this is Pi's Tower. It's made of beautiful, complicated marble. Hi, Pi. Have some flowers. Flowers, 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 flowers. Die, 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 die. Sunflowers plus bone meal. Both things I have in abundance. So I've got 1,700 more marble for Pi, which is an inventory full of marble. Where do I put the marble? You don't have a marble barrel. Why don't you have a marble barrel, Pi? Damn you. And now I'm going to troll Pi slightly. I'm going to get my painting tool. I'm just going to quickly shift-click the painting tool in thin air. And we're going to select enchantment table blocks. And then we're going to make all of his barrels look like enchanting tables. Damn it, I fell in the pool. No! Pi trolled me back! Pi trolled me back! I fell in the pool. Enchantment table, enchantment table. Yay, Christmas time! Damn it! It's a prank! You're supposed to be devastated! Papyrus away! Yeah. Oh, hello. I found his... Oh, cool. I can just teleport up through his farm. Droid's version of slight trolling. He can make one of these tools very, very cheaply. All it requires is 2 wool and 2 iron. He can make himself a tool and undo it if he wants to.
I think it looks nice. Can you not colour our barrels?
I have been colouring our barrels.
That's all right.
Like the barrels normally come in oak plank. I've been colouring them to oak log to match the kind of these things. Hey, Quacksar. Is there any particular block you want them to look like? Purple? Purple glaze terracotta.
Yes.
Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Just make everything purple to please the dragon. You make the things purple to please the dragons. Is our sacrifice. Oh, that's the controller. I can't do fuck all with that. Purple all the barrels. Yay! So, that is our barrel painting and our trolling and our just messing around with pie for a second. Back to digging. Here we've got our TBU, which is being depleted. And what we want from this is we want the Neptunium. The two types of Neptunium combined together will make us high-density Neptunian fuel. And that will make us plutonium-238, which is what we need for the RTGs. The other thing I can actually do is I can stop this and get rid of the marble config. And I can change the marble config to ore emerald. Save. Now, if I start this up again, there's nothing in the local area for it to collect. Neptunium. Oh, thank you. I have a netherwort farm now, but thank you for the netherwort. He's obviously watched the VOD of the previous episode where I couldn't find any netherwort. And he just came and delivered me some. Thank you. Very kind of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this guy. And I'm going to grab the completely unnecessary dimensional transceiver from back here. Because he's not actually receiving any power from anything anymore. And I'm going to take it out. And I'm going to go a little distance away from our base. Probably back over to where my previous one was. And put it underneath the deep resonance chamber. Because I've still got those chunks claimed at the moment. And we will just mine up a bunch more emerald. By the way, because Pi is so close to our base, when Pi comes to actually having a digital miner, there's going to be nothing around. Like, there's going to be absolutely nothing around Pi's base. I'm just going to steal everything from underneath it. Not intentionally, but... Gotta go because bedtime and school tomorrow. No worries, dude. No worries. So, you are receiving... energy. And then we say config, max height 90, radius, yep, that's fine. Oh, I only found 16 emerald ore. That's terrible. Pawned by your mum. Okay. So that's what we're going to do with that as well. We're going to transmit those, sort of travel around picking that up. For top tier Halo custom edition maps. Okay, I can give you tips for this. My tips for top tier Halo custom edition maps. Don't play that tripe. Is it bad?
A little bit.
I'm glad.
Me too.
And suddenly I have half as many viewers. Hey, FaZe, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How many bot subs you got? Absolutely none, FaZe. If you go back through my channel to the Subnautica videos from about 3 or 4 months ago, you will see that I started streaming Subnautica at around about 500 subscribers, and with about 4 or 5 people watching every stream. And then I was streaming Subnautica, and I went from 4 or 5 people watching a stream to about 400 or 500 people watching a stream. And I actually peaked, my peak viewership per stream was 1,200. And during that time period, I accumulated 5,000 subscribers. I then stopped playing Subnautica, and everyone fucked off. I was like, okay, fine. They were only here for Subnautica, which is fair enough. Like, that game was popular at the time. So, what can I do? But yeah, there's literally, for those people who are watching and thinking about being YouTubers, first off, don't be a YouTuber with the expectation of making money. You won't. Secondly, don't bother with bot subs. The way YouTube's algorithms work, a bot sub actually does nothing. Like, you can have 20 million subs. If you only have one person watching a video, then the analytics only considers it to be one person. It's not actually, there's no benefit to having a bunch of dead subs. In fact, it can be quite negative having a bunch of dead subs. So I'm now going to use the Neptunium to make myself some HEN. I can make myself 3 HEN, which isn't great. Have I got any HEN fuel in here? I do have. I have 5 HEN fuel in total. That's wonderful. So I'm actually going to switch out my TBU for HEN now. It will produce more power, but that's not really why I want to use it. I want to use it to get that filthy, dirty plutonium. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you get a lot of viewers, sometimes you don't. It's just, you end up very stuck on the just randomness of it. Hey, Silver Branch, welcome to the stream and welcome to the SSD. Please carve out a little corner of the SSD, all to your very own. So that's our nuclear craft up and running for now. And quest-wise, what do we need to do? We need to get into neutron fluids from nuclear craft. That requires us to get a liquid fission reactor. We need to get 84 ultimate control circuits. That requires us to go through mechanism. Although not actually that deep into mechanism. This is one of the weird things, is this requirement of 84 elite programming circuits. It doesn't actually require me to get that deep into mechanism, and I will demonstrate that now by putting in circuit. It's not circuit. Yeah, it is circuit. And right now I can make myself a stack of red. And I can make myself 24 blue. So I need more blue. So if I look up alloys here, and I get a stack of these out, and diamond, some of this stuff, and I just combine these two together. 32 of those, and 8, 16, 24, 32. 32 though, that's got obsidian in it, that's fine. 8, 16, 24, 32. And we just scoop those up. Basically, all we need to do then is combine that with refined obsidian, and we get the top tier ones. And that's 24 of the 84 we need done already. So all we need to do here is just combine redstone with iron. So we combine redstone with iron to get these. We combine those with diamond. And 1 diamond will give us 8 of these if you use the compressed plates. And then we combine these with reinforced refined obsidian. And refined obsidian is literally just diamond and obsidian. Again, 8 of these. So it's actually really very cheap. And the basic control circuits are just redstone and osmium. So we actually, we don't need a lot of anything to make quite a few of each of these tiers. And we can get the 84 very, very easily. I would be popular, but school stopped me from streaming, so I died out. Why did school stop you? Oh, school stopped you from streaming because you were, busy. You were busy at school. Not school stopped you from streaming because school didn't like you streaming. Unless you were streaming, dodgy stuff about your school. I can't imagine that would happen. Hey, Farron, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are also over on Twitch, by the way. If anyone would like to join us over on Twitch, all you have to do is type !Twitch in the... Bob. My brain is melting all over the shop today. Type !Twitch in the chat. We have a Discord as well. If you'd like to join us on the Discord, !Discord in the chat. So that's getting these things done. And to be honest, they're not going to take long at all. We just need to process stuff up in here. And once we make enough of these, we should have refined some obsidian down here. I know I put some refined obsidian on to go somewhere. Oh, I know where my refined obsidian is. It's in here. So we can make some more of the ultimate alloys as well. So that's actually a really, really easy quest. If anything, I would say that in the next update, Electrofried might want to increase this slightly. Because Electrofried, who might still be in the Twitch chat, he's the guy who actually makes this mod. I would say maybe increase this to 128, so it's 2 stacks, just to make it so it's a little bit more resource intensive. Because I mean this, which is amounts to probably 84 iron, 84 redstone. Oh, sorry, not 84 iron. Double that in iron, double that in redstone. A little bit more redstone, a little bit of osmium, a little bit of diamond, a little bit of refined obsidian. That's not that much compared with, like, if you look at the digital cargo, 72 for 64k ME storage compartments. That's a lot. Speaking of which, we are still slowly processing our way through all the silicon. Although we have apparently processed our way through all of that silicon. So the next thing we need to look at as far as AE goes is we need to look at crystal growth. Because we need to grow a whole bunch of Certus quartz crystals. So if we look up crystal growth, we want to make ourselves a crystal growth chamber. So we need 6 crystal growth accelerators, which means we need several fluix blocks. And for that, we're going to need a charger. Unless there is a simpler way to charge these. The enrichment chamber makes charge... So, recipe... No, we can only get them from charged ore or the charger. So we're going to make a charger. Charger is really simple to make. It's just iron and some fluix crystals, which we've already made a few of, I think, on the last stream. So now we need to make a bunch of charged Certus crystals. Droid, not reading quest text and understanding why that specific number was chosen. GDF drive is a complex piece of machinery. Some even say it's sentient. Each node inside the drive will require 2 circuits in order to operate. How is that world of yours? Still plenty of resources left from alive. Each core requires 2 circuits to operate. So 42. I get it. It's a pun. It's a pun. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. She looked at me and then kind of stretched and snorted. In before it's meant to be 84,000. Yeah, this mod pack has been toned down slightly, but it did kind of get like that at one point. 28 charged Certus quartz. We're going to need redstone and nether quartz. And we need to make a bunch of fluix. Hey, bow ties are cool. Welcome to the stream. So let's just make what we can for now. Which is 56, which isn't terrible. Whee! And with 56, can we make the crystal acceleration chambers we want? So we need the 6 crystal chambers. And each crystal chamber requires one of these, so we need 6 of these. That's not hard. 4, 5, and 6. Then we need a few more of these cables. Which again shouldn't be too hard. And then we need quartz glass, which we've done. So can we make 6 of these? 4, 5, 6. We can. So can we make a crystal growth chamber? We need a hopper, a chest, and some cable. We can. Excellent. So now we have a crystal growth chamber. And this makes growing the pure crystals much, much easier. It's very important, in my opinion, to get a crystal growth chamber going. Although it doesn't have enough power going through it at the moment to grow crystals, I don't think. I think it might be because I have too much stuff attached, maybe? No, there's plenty of power. Do I need to give you secondary connections? Let's see if I need to give you some secondary connections. We can go secondary connection, and then, if we can get around here, secondary connection. Like so. That can be enough to start up our crystal growth chamber. I hope it is. So, by the way, the nuclear crafting can melt down once it gets to maximum heat. All it doesn't cause an explosion, all it does is slag some of the components, some of which are quite expensive. So I've got a comparator that outputs the signal as it gets hotter. The hotter it gets, the bigger the signal. Once the signal reaches this block, it inverts the signal and turns the generator off. Not difficult at all. Hey, King Finesse, welcome to the game. So now we need to look at making some crystal seeds, specifically Nether, Certus, and Fluix crystal seeds. And for that, we're going to need dust. Because if I look up crystal seed, no, if I look up seeds, these are the ones we need. So we need dust and sand, dust and sand, and dust and sand. And for these, every single one of these is dusted in Sagmill. Now, even though we have a grinding ball in here, which should give us a 75% chance of getting extra, it doesn't, because these classify as processed materials. So we're only ever going to get one of each. I just cooked up into silicon. Whoops. Yeah, another thing is, I watched someone talk about getting enough silicon together, talking about gathering tons and tons of nether quartz to make silicon in this mod pack. And I think the person was talking about gathering 3,000 silicon, 3,000 nether quartz to make into silicon. And I'm pretty sure that was to do this quest, because you need about 3,000 silicon to do this quest. Don't use nether quartz, use sand. If you put sand through a sag mill, it gives you silicon. You really, really don't need nether quartz. And you can see that's remaining at 52% because we're just not using it. And the last one we need is Certus quartz. We've got 700 of, because apparently Certus quartz is really freaking common. Who'd have known? And then we're going to turn these into seeds by mixing them with sand, and then we're going to throw them in the crystal growth chamber. Now, normally, if you have no crystal growth enhancers, don't worry, dude, I got you. I got you. So, normally if you haven't got any kind of crystal growth enhancers, these seeds take, I think it's 4 hours or 5 hours. But if you have a single crystal growth enhancer, no, it's 1 hour. And if you have a single crystal growth enhancer, it's 55 minutes. And if you have 5 crystal growth enhancers or 6 crystal growth enhancers around them, it's like 20 minutes. But if we do this, you actually be able to see them tick up. So it takes about 60 seconds. I much prefer this, and it's not that much more expensive. You have to put in the original investment of getting the 6 crystal growth chambers, crystal growth enhancers, and then putting them together into a chamber. But it's not difficult. It's not a massive challenge or anything. And that's another depleted TBU fuel, because that was the one that was processing before I put the HEN in. Now, the HEN produces quite a lot. And this is kind of the way the fuels work. You have LEN, which is low temperature. Oh, wow. So, you know that thing I was saying about if it overheats, it slags?
That's what it looks like.
This is what it looks like when it slags if it overheats. I didn't think it was going to slag, to be fair, because I have a temperature catcher, but obviously it heated up so freaking fast that the temperature catcher didn't catch it, because there is a little time delay. So I'm just going to go around, grab all the radioactive gunk. Ow, 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 ow. Don't swim in the radioactive gunk, it's quite painful. Don't laugh at me. I heard you.
I breathed in.
You breathed in a laughy way. Ooh, this slagged a lot of my building. No, 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 no. Turning off the glider before I glide into the bloody thing. Again. So yeah, this is what a slagged reactor looks like. And I almost have a feeling that it's still slagging itself, but it's not. I know it's not still slagging itself. Ow. Ah. Please don't die from fire damage. Please don't die from fire damage. Oh, this has made such a mess. Why did you break? I had a thermal... I had a thermal catcher to stop it breaking. It didn't stop it breaking. I don't know why. Oh, and it destroyed so many of the casings. I mean, the casings aren't ridiculously expensive, but they're expensive enough. I think it also destroyed a couple of the cores inside. Ugh. This is a mess. It destroyed a lot of the casings. So each of these tanks is 16 buckets, so it's destroyed at least 16 casings so far. Oh, and it destroyed something inside the reactor there. Let's get up on top and see if we can, you know, find out what was destroyed inside without unleashing the flood. So we've got a couple of coolers have been killed off. It's kind of frustrating because the main kind of limitation to building certain things in this mod is ferroboron. And ferroboron is not expensive, it's just time consuming to make. Because you have to make steel and then you have to make... and then you have to get boron and you have to combine steel and boron together to make ferroboron. And then you have to combine that with lithium to make tough alloy. It's a little bit of a time-consuming process. And I've just gone and lost lots of stuff that took ages to make because of that particular process. So, yay for me. And my melted-ass reactor. I hope it hasn't lost all of the blinking fuel that was in it. Oh, it destroyed the controller! It's destroyed all that HEN fuel! Oh, I left this running for like 4 hours to get enough Neptunium to make the HEN fuel. And it's destroyed all of it. I left this running for like 4 hours non-stop to make that fuel. Oh, that hurts. Why did my anti-heat thing not kick in? Why did my anti-heat detector thing not kick in? Oh, of course the door fucking survives. Of course the door fucking survives. We desperately need the fucking door. I despise you.
Oh, dude.
Let's break down my little anti-heat thing. I'm really confused as to why the anti-heat thing didn't work. Oh wow, I think it actually slagged a conduit as well. Although that probably shouldn't surprise me. It is a nuclear reactor after all. Well done, King Finesse. You have entered the oh shit. There was more of it. And I think I lost some items because I heard them burn up as if they dropped into lava. Because I did not realise that that was also apparently melty. Now, is it going to have melted the ground underneath as well? No. I think probably what happened, Grappas, was probably the... laughing my ass off, Superdor. I think probably what happened, Grappas, is there is a slight time delay on the temperature circuit, just because of the natural time delay of running redstone through a circuit and then having machines react to it. I think probably what happened was the big reactor that I built, or the reactor that I built there, was so big and chunky and had so many reactor cores in it that the HN fuel just immediately overheated it so fast that the system couldn't catch up. That would be my guess as to what happened. Let's see if I can make any more of these reactor casings. I could make one set. Can we make some more of these? Yes, we can. Lovely. So I can make some more reactor casings. So let's make a reactor again. So we're going to build it out. Say, let's build it 4. And we'll build a reactor port into it here. And we're going to have to build another... we're going to have to build another fusion controller. And we'll put it 3 tall. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just that my machine could not compensate for the amount of heat I was producing so quickly. Which, mild frustration, but nothing we can't overcome in the long run, I'm sure. And don't listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. We are strong, we are mighty beasts. Let's get another 16 casings. I mean, to be honest, with the amount of resources we have and the fact we have a digital miner, the only thing I am lamenting is the amount of time it took to process the ores into their form needed to sort of be used. The actual ores themselves, potato, it's not. It wasn't expensive material-wise in that sense. And I am going to put the door in. Because you always put the door in, because the door is actually useful. Because it allows you to go in and adjust your reactor. Even while it's turned on. Like, this is one of the weird things. You can actually change the reactor while it's turned on in this mod pack. Which is kind of bamboozling. We are Legion. I mean, you can have the door just permanently open with a redstone signal if you want. Okay, so what have we got left? We've got 11 reactor casings. So if we put our reactor casings in, like so. And then we start putting our coolant in, like so. Now, in this mod pack, different coolers have different rules. And the pattern I'm using here is so that, for instance, this cooler is touching this cell, this cooler is touching this cell, and I'm using lapis coolers. And lapis coolers have a very simple rule set. The lapis cooler rule set is it must be touching a reactor cell and touching a reactor casing. So cell and casing, cell and casing. This one isn't touching any cell, so this one's actually a bit pointless. But cell and casing, 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 cell and casing. And the more coolers you can put in, the safer your reactor is going to be from overheating. And you actually want to put in kind of as many as you can really afford to a certain extent, as long as you can abide by their rules. One thing I have noticed with these things is that if you don't abide by the rules of all the coolers you put in there, sometimes it demakes the multi-block and then remakes it and negates like a large chunk of your cooling. So reactor and casing, reactor casing, reactor casing, reactor and casing, reactor casing, reactor casing, reactor and casing, reactor casing, and we can make some more coolers. And as you can tell, these are my favorite coolers. The only cooler I might like a little bit more is the Endurium cooler, but we don't actually have the Endurium cooler available in this mod pack, unfortunately. There are a bunch of... There's more powerful coolers. The Lapis coolers are only 120. But if we look up coolers, we can get things like the Magnesium cooler, which is 110, the Tin cooler, which is 120. We can get 160 from Cryotheum. But they all have their own individual rules. I mean, with this setup, Cryotheum ones aren't terrible. Because with this setup, you can get Cryotheum ones to touch 2 reactor cells quite easily. But that does require you to make Cryotheum. And I don't know if we can even make Cryotheum in this, can we? The Diamond one, I think, is one of the more complicated ones. The Diamond one. Must touch 1 active water cooler and 1 active quartz cooler. So for the Diamond cooler to work, we have to have a quartz cooler, which requires 1 active moderator block to be touching it, and a water cooler, which requires 1 active cell or 1 active moderator block. And we have to have our Diamond cooler between those 2 coolers, and both of those coolers both have to be active. So you can see that it gets kind of a little bit complicated kind of quickly. Now we need to make a controller again, because we broke our controller. Don't mind the fact that there's like 5 different fission controller recipes in here. We only do need the one of them. We're out of tough alloy. That's fine. We need to go and make ourselves a little bit of tough alloy. And tough alloy is ferroboron, which we can take 32 of, and lithium. And we can put those through our alloy furnace. We can even throw the speed upgrades in there. Now, one of the complaints I have heard about Nuclearcraft is that it gives you all these little random isotope bits. I agree with that. It's kind of frustrating to have 400 different isotopes just sitting in your inventory, but they're not the end. It's not the end of the world. It's not terrible. Recipe, and this will last to make another 32 blue, and with the purple we've got already, we can make another 8 purple. So we're up almost halfway to that particular quest, and we're on our way to fixing our reactor. Meanwhile, we have grown some crystals. We've grown some pure Certus quartz, and one reason we want to make pure Certus quartz is because if we grab the inscribing presses and we grab the calculation press, we need to use pure Certus quartz to make calculating presses. We can use iron blocks to make another press, but the only way we can make the calculation circuit is pure Certus quartz. Whereas in other mod packs you might get away with using one of the other kinds of Certus quartz. In this one you can only use pure Certus quartz. So we'll throw those in there, and that will automate that through and make us a whole bunch of those. Not going to worry about the modifier blocks. The modifier blocks just let your fuels burn faster. They also tend to burn a bit hotter and make more power, of course. But the modifier blocks are just there to burn fuel quicker, make more power. Side effect, of course, being more heat. So, fission reactor core, we need a machine chassis. And we need a fission control, which means another nuclear furnace. We've already got one of those. The nuclear furnaces use either thorium or uranium as a fuel. And they burn things down quite quick. They're a very quick furnace. And their fuel does last a long time. I will give them that. The fuel lasts for, I think, 32 if you're using thorium, 32 smelts. But at the same time, you're using thorium. Out of all my mining, I had a couple of hundred thorium, about 700 thorium. I've got 14,000 coal. It's fine. We can get away with using coal. So if I pop this in here, that should form a reactor, which is 4x3x4. And it has a active cooling of minus 2,500. Now, we did lose out on those fuels, but we do have some other fuels here. We have some LEN, we have thorium, of course, and we have some LEU, which is uranium, and we have some HEU, which is also uranium, but it's a higher level uranium. So let's grab a lever, or lever, depending on how pedantic you are. And let's just see how much heat this produces. Okay, so this is producing a significant amount of heat. It's not ridiculously fast, but it is producing heat, and each of these things is going to last for 5 minutes. So we definitely want to create a anti-heat circuit. So did we manage to save our comparator? No, we didn't. That's fine. We can make a comparator. A comparator. And then let's grab some marble, because we do have a little bit of marble. And we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So. And then we will go comparator. Redstone. Round in a circle. And then we need a redstone torch. And we go bloop and bloop. And now that will turn the reactor on. And now as the heat goes up, this is going to start churning out a power level. As you can see, we've got the power around here already. It'll come around here in a second. There we go. And that turns the reactor off. And you can see there is a bit of a delay. So it's actually, it was set to be about here. This one is now set to be about, probably about there. So it's going to turn the reactor off. The heat's going to dissipate because we've got a very high level of cooling. It's going to turn the reactor back on. So it'll take a little bit longer to kind of turn on and off. Or take a little bit longer to burn through the fuel. It will take a little bit longer to burn through the fuel. There we go, English droid. But it's kind of necessary, unfortunately, because there is that kind of weird tick-over delay. So we're at the risk of destroying our reactor again if we're not careful. Now, the HEU fuel, when it is depleted, gives us access with recombining to americium, which is quite useful. Neptunium again, so we can actually go back into Neptunium. Does Nuclearcraft offer the option of active cooling? Nuclearcraft does offer the option of active cooling. So we have a thing from Nuclearcraft called a... where is it? It's superconducting supercooler. Requires 1,000 RF per tick and 4 millibuckets of liquid helium to stay active. So you need to provide this with RF per tick and liquid helium to make it cold. I believe this thing goes on... I'm not actually sure. That might be part of the other one. I'm sure there's active fluid cooler. Here we go. Pump coolant into this block to cool down fission and fusion reactors. Must be placed in a fission structure or on a diagonal of the fusion ring. If used to cool a fission reactor, the requirement for each fluid type are the same as the passive counterpart. If used to cool a fusion reactor, it's more effective for a cool to to have a partner on the exact opposite side. So this is the active fluid cooler. But again, it says the same requirements as passive counterpart. So if we were to use, say, liquid water as a coolant, we need to have it touching a reactor cell, and we'd also have to find a way of giving it liquid water. Now, you can build this thing quite big, and you can have like water source blocks and stuff inside, but it just seems a little bit back to front in a way. Now, what I do want to do is I want to head up towards the top level RTG, because the top level RTG provides 400 RF per tick. And to get this thing, admittedly, we have to go through a whole bunch of fuel reprocessing from HEB. And from HEB, we need to get HEB fuel. HEB fuel comes from berkelium. Berkelium comes from fuel reprocessing LECM. LECM comes from burning curium. Curium comes from reprocessing LEP. LEP comes from plutonium-based fuel. So we need to basically use plutonium-based fuel, and that will will slowly start bunny hopping up towards californium. How does the cooling scale with active cooling? I am not certain. Automate all the lapis. I'm not certain how cooling scales. When's the next live stream of Final Fantasy VIII? I like that game. I'm not sure. I keep getting copyright claimed on all my Final Fantasy VIII stuff by Square Enix. So I'm feeling a little bit down on their management of that at the moment. Now, to be fair, because this stuff not only sets you on fire, it also poisons you. Can you just stream Final Fantasy VIII on Twitch only? You don't have to deal with the copyrights. I'm not getting copyright struck. So basically they're not punishing me for streaming it on YouTube. They're just basically like taking all revenue and like all rights and doing what they want with the videos. But yeah, I should get back to streaming Final Fantasy VIII. You are perfectly right. I'm not that far from the end of Final Fantasy VIII, to be honest. I could probably finish Final Fantasy VIII in a single stream if I put my mind to it. So we've got... wait, what? What? I'm slightly confused. You are producing power. That much is definitely true. So if you are producing power, why aren't you outputting that power? Feels powerless. I know they own the audio tracks, and I know they have the right to claim it. I at no point disputed the fact they have the right to claim it. I was just kind of a little bit shocked that they claimed it, because normally companies don't. There we go. By the way, the energy storage capacity of the fusion reactor works slightly weirdly. The energy storage power of the fusion reactor, and storage capacity of the fusion reactor, seems to be based entirely off how physically big the reactor is. the more like physical size your reactor has, the more... There we go. It's now outputting power. For some reason, it didn't like the thing being in that location. Whatever. So that's working now. Square and Nintendo claim everything possible. It's true. But I've seen so many other people stream Final Fantasy. I was like, there must be like they must have chilled out, but obviously not. But it's okay. I'm kind of hoping that the company that owns Grandia and is releasing it on PC won't be claiming stuff, because I really want to play through Grandia on stream, because Grandia is awesome. Grandia is like absolute. Grandia is the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks. I wonder why dog's bollocks and bee's knees are both associated with being good things. I personally don't see anything good about dog's bollocks. Apart from maybe the fact that they make more dogs. But even then, I don't particularly like dogs.
Some dogs are worth a lot of money, though. True.
Can we sell that woman at your job who's a bitch?
Which one?
Good thing the people from her work can't hear us.
Care if they can.
I think you would. I think it might cause a little bit of strife in the office if they heard you calling them bitches.
Some of them are bitches and they know it.
No gravestones. Nope, no gravestones, King Finesse. King Finesse said no gravestones and then immediately left the game. I have a feeling King Finesse desires gravestones. Oh dear. And send. Bloop bloop. And now we can make another 4 stacks of Certus Quartz seeds, because we're going to need a lot of these processors. Again, we need to make 64 64Ks. I think it's 64Ks? 72 64Ks. And I'm sure that number has a deep and important meaning as well. God damn it, Electrofried, and your punning. Yeah, we're currently generating 6,000 RF per tick thanks to just the upgrading of this. And we've got enough coolant that at least the HEU isn't a problem. NEU, or HEN, which is the higher level stuff we were using that melted the last one, is a higher level than HEU though. So we just have to be really careful as much as we can do about not melting things down. One of the things I need to get to work on is the high density polyethylene, polydopylene. That is one of the quests, the HDPE. Yeah, high density polyethylene. That is one of the quests. That's going to be a mechanism that's going to be creating a lot of gas. Yep, conveyor belts. We don't have vector plates in this, so the only kind of auto mob movement is conveyor belts. My public blaze farm used the conveyor belt and dropped them out of the spawn box of a normal spawner technique. I'm not sure if this was the best kind of XP farm, but it's kind of a fun XP farm just to have the slimes going glop, 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 glop about. And to be honest, like, I just killed a bunch of slimes quite quickly and easily and got 7 levels. I'd probably get 4 sort of the amount of energy it cost. I'd probably get more if I used a different mob, but 7 levels is fine. So the ME storage drives, as far as I'm concerned, they're pretty easy. We just need to make the circuits, basically. And that's the time-consuming element of that. Now, we can speed that up with acceleration cards, which require us to make a couple of those Certus Quartz circuits. But that's not too bad. The high-density polyethylene, though. HDPE requires us to place substrate through a pressurized reaction chamber with liquid ethylene and oxygen. Now, oxygen, I can actually, I think, get liquid oxygen from Nuclearcraft. Now, I'm not sure if... We've got nuclear craft oxygen, which is an entirely different color and looks extremely different. So I'm guessing it can't be converted. Hey, Matt, but welcome to the stream. So for oxygen, we're going to need a... what have we got? We've got a concentrator, which turns oxygen into liquid oxygen. And to get normal oxygen, we need an electrolytic separator. Okay, so I think we should actually be able to do this reasonably easily. We need an electrolytic separator, which needs an electrolytic core. That's gold dust, iron dust, and osmium dust. That's not a problem. We have a sag mill. We can dust pretty much anything we want. So let's get gold, iron. Yeah, we have 11,000 iron ingots now. I don't think we have a problem with iron for a while. And osmium. And we can sag these down. What, Mappet? Why you freak out suddenly? I'm confused. So the electrolytic separator, not a problem. We can add him into... on Discord. What's this on Discord? Oh, on this. For everyone who doesn't know this, is it decadent to replicate blocks of iron using UU matter? It's a little bit decadent, Grapass, but kind of funny. For those people who don't know, Mappet is also known as Phil, because he has a YouTube channel called Film Me, and he's from the Philippines. So occasionally he has PHIL at the beginning of his name, occasionally he has FILM, and occasionally he has Mappet. So I started calling him Phil, as in the name Phil. And he got a little bit silly about this, to which I replied, ha 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 ha, Philip, ha ha Phil, ha 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 Phil. Hi Phil, he 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 he, and ran off. So yeah, I take the mick out of him slightly. But only in a good-natured way. I only mentally torture people in a good-natured way.
Where are you going now, love?
Does you not believe me, hun?
No, I believe you. You are being a fidget.
I need to find where all the pipes are on this. So yes, I found where all the pipes are on this. So what we need to do is we need to provide this with water. So if we go into the... I think I might need a configurator. Yeah, I need a configurator from Mechanism. The configurator, pretty simple to make. We just need to make an energy tablet for ourselves. And then throw together a configurator. The configurator will allow us to manage what this guy does. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find some kind of water pump or water input. We have the electric pump from Mechanism. That requires a steel casing. We also have the fluid pumps from... whatchamacallit? Immersive engineering. That doesn't require us to make a expensive thing. What we're going to do is we're going to... Configurator, how do I use you in this mod pack? Options, controls, mechanism. Mechanism. Item switch mode M. It is the configurator I need, isn't it? Configurate items. I'm sure it's this one. Let's grab a pump from in here. We've already got a pump. So we can pop a pump here. And destroy Zana's floor again. Zana builds me nice buildings and then I systematically destroy them as many times as I can. just to see how many times I can get away with destroying them before she rage quits. It's like, I will not build for you again.
When was the last time I was on this server?
Lies, you haven't rage quit. You're planning to build me a brick building. Oh, that was close. I didn't turn my glider back on after I dealt with the thing. Whee. And water. Water. It's a flyby watering. Whee. Let's get our height right. I mean, I could teleport in there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to glide in there. Whee. That worked. And then I want an engineer's hammer so that I can rotate the purpose and a lever so I can turn it on or lever depending on who you are. So we need to go doot doot. So that's an output. Turn it on, and now the question is, if I just use average, ordinary, everyday fluid ducts. Yes, that does work, and it is electrolytically separating oxygen and hydrogen. Lovely, so we are now producing oxygen. This is a good thing. We have to condense that oxygen down into liquid oxygen. And we also need substrate. Oh no, we don't need liquid oxygen, we just need oxygen gas. Lovely. We also need liquid substrate, which is hydrogen and water in a PRC with biofuel. So that one's really, really easy. Hydrogen and water, because we're producing hydrogen as a byproduct of producing oxygen, and water is easy to get hold of. And we just need one substrate to start with, because we can then make substrate out of substrate, and we can make it at a much better rate. So what I need is liquid ethylene. And for that we need ethylene, which is made in... Actually, no, the only way to make ethylene appears to be by putting biofuel through a PRC. So we need to pipe the hydrogen out to the right. Okay, so we need mechanism gas pipes. Mechanical pipes. Fluids. I'm sure mechanism has a gas pipe in it. So what are your gas pipes, mechanism? You're the only mod that has freaking gas. So we have universal cables, which are energy. We have mechanical pipes, which are fluids, and we have pressurized tubes, which are gases. Pressurized tube is just steel and glass. And then we want to go up to an advanced pressurized tube. Okay, that's not difficult at all. We just want a basic pressurized tube. Let's grab 16. And then we'll take them up to advanced pressurized tubes, because they're just a little bit faster. Ooh, we can't take them all up to advanced pressurized tubes. We are out of enriched alloy. That's fine. Iron and redstone, and we can make another stack of enriched alloy. Easily enough. I come back to find my reactor slagged again. No, thank God. And more pure Certus quartz into the chest to make more calculation presses. So, what I need to do next then is I need to pipe the gas out of this side. And to do that, I need to be able to configure it. But my configurator won't freaking work. Configurator, why will you not work? It's not the foot switch mode. Oh, wait. Liquids. Configure fluids, configure gases. Aha. Oh, okay, so that's taking out oxygen. Oh, so it's side specific on this one. You can't actually configure it to be... Right, that's fine. Okay, so we can sort that easily enough. What we need to do is we need to bring this out from here to, say, here. And we actually probably benefit from turning it around and actually just doing this. And then energy conduits from the ceiling down. That gives this power. And then advanced pressurized tube should pull out... No, that's pulled out hydrogen. So this pulls out oxygen. Okay. Because of course, because I turned it around. Of course it does. Because I turned it around to face the other direction. So if I put you in here, and you in here, and then I can make a PRC, which is a pressurized reaction chamber. And you need an enrichment chamber and a dynamic tank and 2 basic... Wow, this is expensive. So the basic gas tank's not too bad. The dynamic tank, so much steel. Although I get 4 dynamic tanks for that. The enrichment chamber needs a double-layered capacitor because it needs a steel casing, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. Making the double-layered capacitors just so that I can make steel casings. I really wish it would allow me to make steel casings without the double-layered capacitors, but I can see why it was done, even though stuff is segmented off via ages. And that allows us to make a PRC. No? Oh, we're out of alloys, of course. I set some of those going. There's 22 of them there. So that allows us to make a basic PRC, and also allows us to upgrade the rest of our basic pressurized pipes. Wait, what? That's weird. It won't actually allow me to upgrade my basic pressurized pipes. Very strange indeed. So, now let's have a look at the PRC. I think this is where the configurator... Ah, yes, this is where the configurator comes into play. Input gas. Right. Let's put you here. So you are now getting hydrogen. If we then get another pressurized fluid pipe from Ender.io, and we switch the configurator around to fluids, and we say fluid behavior be pumped to yellow. Yep, that's what we want. So fluids are going to go in there. So now we have water and hydrogen, and then we just need to grind up plants to make biomatter to make PRC, and that will get us ethylene. So, grinder. Specifically, if we look up uses on pressurized container, we want the grinder that allows us to make biofuel. And that is the crusher, which of course requires another one of these. That's fine. It's fine. I don't mind making tons and tons of those. I really should follow my own advice. Whenever people complain about shit like that, I always say, just make a stack of them. It's like, yeah, I really should. And we need 2 buckets of lava. Luckily, I think we have tanks of lava in here somewhere. These tanks contain lava. Lovely. So now we can make a crusher. And that gives us the ability to tag a crusher on here. And we can crush up stuff to make biomatter. And what can we crush up? If we crush up a sapling, we get 2, cactus is 2, poison potato is 4, seeds, apples, melon is 4. All the things we are low on. Wheat is 4, and carrots and potatoes are 4. Okay, that's fine. Pumpkins are 6. Bread is 4. So there's quite a few different recipes, but it looks like carrots are probably going to be, because we have 6,000 carrots. We have 7... potatoes. Potatoes are going to be our raison d'etre. And then we need to think of a way of... casing used in dynamic multi-block, a structure capable of storing great amounts of fluid. Fair enough. Then we need to pump that ethylene round into something. Specifically want to pump that ethylene round into another reaction chamber that's also getting hydrogen. So if we look up the reaction chamber again, and we look up uses on the reaction chamber, we want to make this. We want to make biomatter into substrate. And for that we need hydrogen and water. And that's not too bad. Actually, what... oh no, we've got hydrogen and water. That's what we're doing here. We want to pump. We want to get that to make substrate, and that will give us ethylene. We then want to pump the ethylene round to where the oxygen is, but we need to make that ethylene into liquid first. So to make liquid ethylene, we need a condensator. So we need a condensator as an in-between step. That's actually really very simple. You just need one of you, and one of you. The mechanism tanks are very good, all things considered. There we go, so we have a condensator. So if I pop this here, and I use my configurator, I can't use my configurator on it. So I think I'm probably going to have to turn it around to face the other direction then. And then if I put a advanced pressurized tube there, and I get my condensator and tell it to do gases. Output gas from the dark blue. Yes, output gas from the dark blue into here. This gas comes into here, it gets compressed into a liquid. And then I'll need the liquids to come out and go into this one, which is going to be another pressurized reaction chamber. So we're going to get hydrogen and the liquid we want, and that's going to make us what we need. So let's make another pressurized reaction chamber. And hope I managed to set this up right. So we need another 2 basic gas tanks. And we've already got the tank assembly, so we need another of you. It doesn't take that long to learn everything in a particular mod pack once you understand mods in general. Like, I've been playing modded Minecraft for a long time, and a lot of these mods I've used in other mod packs. So for instance, Mechanism I used in Project Ozone. And I think I used it in... is it Modern Sky Factory uses Mechanism at some point? Mechanism I've used in other things in the past. So we need to get our configurator, and we need to say that this one on this side wants to put into... and I need to look up the recipes to make sure I get it in the right one. We need hydrogen in... sorry, we need oxygen into our red chamber. So we need to go red receives oxygen. Now when we put this guy here, and we set U to dumping excess, U will fill up with oxygen. Excellent. Then we need to set this to fluids. And we need to say U receive fluid. And then we can take a fluid pipe and hopefully connect these two together, and that will be fine. So the fluid will come out of here and flow into here. And that will add it into the yellow tank. So then, if we grab our biofuel, what we can say is U Turn biofuel into substrate. What? Oh, poop. No, that is hydrogen. That's hydrogen and water. Hydrogen and water. Oh, it's because you've got no power. I was freaking out because it wasn't working. It's because I haven't rigged them up to the power system yet. Okay, so now this thing is processing that into substrate, and it's also producing ethylene. Ethylene is flowing into here, and then flowing out into... No? Yep, it's producing ethylene now. Good. And then ethylene should be flowing out here and into here. May need to wait until it's got a bucket's worth. Yep, you're outputting blue. Or I may need to turn it around to face the other way. Yeah, I need to turn it around to face this way. And then things connect. Why are you not flowing into here? Use for the condensator. Condensator takes ethylene and makes it into liquid ethylene. Yes, that's correct. So you are meant to be flowing out now. Output dark blue. Yes. Why are you not outputting? Oh, configure sides. Output dark blue. Side configuration. Dark blue on the front. Auto eject. One second. Why are you not output gas? Oh, this is items. Gases. There we go. That's what I was doing with the configurator. I've told you to output. Oh, wait. Or gases auto output on. There we go. I had to set it to auto output to the gas. There we go. That's fine. Now we need some item ducts. Hey Echo, welcome to the stream. And we're going to item duct across the top here. And we're going to say side configure items. We need side configure items. The top wants to be output dark blue, auto output. And then we want extract, always active, and insert. And then we want to configure, yep, there we go. So that's going in. And now we want to extract, always active. And that will flow liquid into here. And there we go. We have our HDPE system set up. And now, hey, Dubs.js, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So now what we've got here is we've got a pump that pumps up water. The electrolytic separator splits it into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen comes over here and creates a substrate from plants. A byproduct of that is ethylene. Ethylene is compressed into a liquid, and then the hydrogen and the ethylene come over here and make us HDPE. So now all we need to do is feed it a constant supply of biofuel. And for that, we're going to grab some item pipes. Like so. And we're going to go to the configurator items, and we're going to say input items here. Output items there. And then we're going to say U, always extract. U, input. And then we're going to say as well that this is probably going to get a item input on the top. And we're going to say insert and disable. And we're going to grab a chest. I remember you. I don't know why it's important if I do remember you or not, but I do. And then we're going to say chest. And every potato turns into 4 substrate. So potato. Then we're going to throw lots of potatoes in here. So now, potatoes go into here. Potatoes become crushed biofuel. Biofuel goes into here, combines with hydrogen from our electrolytic separator, which is getting oxygen, which is getting hydrogen from the water here, with water and the biofuel to create substrate. Substrate comes up and over and goes into here. Byproduct is ethylene. Ethylene comes in here, gets condensed into liquid ethylene. Oxygen from our electrolytic separator and ethylene comes into here with the substrate, which is being produced from the biofuel, and is crushed and changed into HDPE pellets. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change this to red. We're going to set extract and always active. And we're going to grab a chest. And this should be, as long as biofuel is being produced quick enough, this should be a self-sustaining cycle. I need to set this to output items on the top. And auto-eject. Ah, no, I can't do that, because then it can't input. Ah, so I need to have it input items on the top. And so, actually, this doesn't matter at all. And this doesn't matter at all. So I actually need to have it set to output items on the left-hand side. And then we can set this to always active and dig a hole in the floor so that we can see the thing underneath. And set that to insert. And then repair the hole before Zana sees it. And there we go. Now we're getting self-sustaining HDPE. And I think we're actually making a profit on ethylene. I think the actual system is so good that it actually profits on ethylene. Which actually might become a problem, because we might actually have to dump ethylene at some point. Because we're actually profiting on ethylene. But, for the most part, what we need is we need to finish these 640 HDPE sheets. And HDPE sheets use these pellets, and 8 of them becomes a sheet. So we need 640 times 8 pellets. So if we actually do start profiting a little bit off the liquid, that's fine. I can just stick a tank here to siphon off the excess liquid if we do need to do that in the end. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of potatoes. But in the end, it's just potatoes and electricity. Potatoes and electricity.
Isn't that what vodka is?
Vodka is potatoes and heat more than potato. Well, potatoes, heat, and bacteria.
Lovely.
It's what it is. Most food is some kind of variety of, you know, thyme and a bacterium combined.
Yes.
So we are slowly eating into our power now. We're producing enough that our power at this end, at least, is being slowly used. But that's fine. We don't worry too much about that. Now, gas is the only thing you need to use mechanism pipes for in... Hey, Smart Husky. Welcome to the stream. Oh! Oh no, they're still there. Wonder why I couldn't see those before. Maybe they were, you know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But you see, we're gathering up HDPE pellets reasonably quickly. And, yeah, we're definitely making a profit on ethylene. What can I do with ethylene? Not much, actually. Is there any way I can, like, dump excess ethylene? No, actually. There's no real, like, dump excess ethylene. I wonder if I can make a liquid nullifier or something later on. So, that's the HDP quest started. We've got this quest started, we've got this quest started, and we've got this quest started. We also kind of have the neutron fluid quest started, because that is pushing to the end of galacticraft. Not galacticraft, nuclearcraft. So now we're at a point where, yeah, it is just going to be an awful lot of processing and reprocessing of the same materials again and again and again. I'm glad that we're getting Neptunium from these, because it will give us a second chance of getting the plutonium I want. Plutonium becomes... which kind of fuel is it? Fuel cells? LEPs and HEPs. Do I have any LEPs and HEPs? Don't have any HEPs. Do I have any LEPs? No. Do I have what is needed to make HEP or LEP? Let's check. I do have enough to make LEP. Now the question is, which do I want? If I burn up LEP and then reprocess it, what do I get? I get more plutonium and I get curium. What happens if I do the same with HEP? We get americium and curium. I'd probably prefer to go for the plutonium rather than the americium. But let's just have a look how much of these we've got. Plutonium. So we've got... we've only got one of the plutonium-239 anyway. So we'd have to go for an LEP. We can't actually go for any of the other ones. That's fine. Wee thunk. So yeah, so we're waiting for that to process. We're waiting for these to get squished. We are waiting for alloys to process. Now, one thing I can do is, now that I have some of the ores, if I take this metallurgy... actually, I don't even need to take the metallurgy confuser. What I want is tier upgrades from mechanism. Tier. So I want these guys. Now, the first one, really, really simple. It's wood, iron, redstone, and these basic circuits. Super, super cheap. The next one, wood, osmium, and the second level circuits. Again, pretty cheap. Wood, osmium, and the third level circuits and the second level alloys. Oh, sorry, wood, gold, and the first level circuits and second level alloys. I'm not sure if you have to install them in order. Let's see if we can install them out of order. I think we can definitely make a tier 2 one. So if I try to install the tier 2 one, no, it doesn't work. But I can install the tier 1 one and then the tier 2 one. And you can see now I've got 5 slots here. So what I can do is grab redstone, not reedstone, redstone, and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then grab iron, and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what I can do is throw 5 of you in, and whoops, that was in the energy one, so I'm going to be slightly short on redstone. But yeah, I can just pour redstone into this, and it will do 5 stacks at once. It does it a lot faster, because of course it's doing stacks at once. And again, it doesn't seem to be receiving power. Are you out of power? No, you have plenty. You're not outputting power. Ah, so again, it seems to have frozen the power output. Why? What if I get a HV capacitor? And say to the HV capacitor, take in power on this side and output power on this side. You are now receiving full power. That is because this has some energy in it, but it is charging up. Okay, so that's fine. For some reason, these things are this thing is a little bit glitchy about outputting power in certain circumstances, but that's fine. We've now got it outputting power again. I'm pretty good. How are you, Husky? Is it bad that I'm tempted to go over to Electrode's base and surround it with this radioactive filth I'm creating?
A bit bad.
But I have radioactive filth available to me. What good is that if I don't, you know, dump it on somebody?
Gosh,
Oh my god!
a politician.
Oh my god.
What?
The builder has a function where it can fill an area with liquid.
No.
I could make lots. Electrofeed says Electro is watching. Is Electro on the server though? Actually, this is a good time for me to test something. I'm not sure if I should test this on stream because this might. If I test this on stream and it works, I'm going to get in a lot of trouble because it's going to lead to a lot of griefing. And it's not going to be specific to this pack. It's going to be specific to any pack that has FTB utilities and the builder. But if I don't test this on stream, am I really the nasty little troll that I am?
You said you weren't a troll.
Because I'm curious, if I take a builder, which is tagged with my character, and I place it outside someone's build area where they have marked off FTB utilities as being theirs, can I then have the builder eat chunks of their base? I should probably test that off stream, just to be careful. So how goes our ethylene problem? Yeah, we're definitely making way more ethylene than we can use. Now the problem with that is I don't really know how I'm going to get rid of the excess ethylene. Because I don't have any tanks that break, and I don't have a nullifier. I don't have any kind of fluid null. Oh no, I do have a fluid null. Of course I do. I have fluid void pipes. So if I do this... the problem is I don't want it to send all of the stuff into the fluid void pipe. I want it to prioritize this one. I think I can get it to prioritize it by doing a vertical thing, because I think... Hey Sammy, welcome to the stream. Wait, what? Actually, the other thing I could do is I could make the ender fluid pipes, because those do allow you to do priorities. These guys, ender fluid conduits. I'm pretty good. How are you, Sammy? Insert at +10. And then we're going to add a fluid void with an insert at -10. So it will always try and put fluid in here first, but if it can't put fluid in here, it's going to put fluid in here. And we are also getting oxygen out of here as well, which we're going to have to deal with in the long run. But that's fine. You just came from church. Nice. I hope you had a good time at church. So now we can gather up a whole bunch of these alloys thanks to our factory mode. And I've completely forgotten why I needed that many alloys. Well, I need that many alloys to make the high level stuff, but I was making something specific. Bite me, bitch.
Huh.
Ah, Charlie. Oh, she gave such a face then. She gave such a face then.
You've seen that, right? I mean...
Yeah, I've seen that, and yeah, it's not in any way appealing, shall we say. But it was kind of funny to tease you about it just then. Ooh, I'm out of energy. Whee! Just come from church. Nice! Wait, what? Why is my crusher not crushing anything? Don't tell me you've been through all those potatoes. No, you haven't. Ah, because I didn't turn that to always active. There we go. Substrate. Substrate to HDPE. HDPE into here. Excellent. Good. Now it's working. I forgot to turn on the button. What a silly little boy. Why you not turn on the button? Turn on the button. So we're going to grab a little bit of alloy out of here. Not Aloy, the protagonist of something. So 8, 16, 24, 32. 8, 16, 24, 32. 8, 16, 24, 32. 8, 16, 24, 32. There we go. And again, out of power. Not out of power. Engineer's hammer. And now it has power. Lovely. Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the name of the game, Grappers. Thank you very much. I'm at that point where I've now been playing Minecraft for so long that my brain is just like, do the things, build the stuff, make the shiz. But yeah, so in between streams, we're going to finish off the compact machines. And for those people who don't know, spatial chamber, compact machine inside the spatial chamber. Builder, powered by solar panels, building these. All I have to do is throw ender pearls at it and it will complete all 64 of the compact machines I need to make. So all I need to do is throw ender pearls at it. Over here we have a nuclear craft reactor that's producing us the depleted fuels we need to start moving towards the next thing. As far as nuclear craft goes, our actual goal in nuclear craft is to make the fusion reactor, which requires us to make a fusion connector, connects a fusion core to its ring of electromagnets, a fusion core, which is what does the fusions, and then a bunch of fusion electromagnets. And I think it needs to be like a 5x5 tube, so you need to do a bottom ring of 5x5, and then above that a ring of 4x4 and a ring of 6x6. So there's a tube in the center and then a top ring of 5x5. And then we need to provide that with some kind of coolant as well. We can make transparent ones so we can see into it and it does a like little glowy line thing. But we also have to provide some kind of coolant to our fusion reactor because it will get hot. To make those things, I mean, to be honest, like chemical reactors, really easy to make, just requires copper, steel, ferroboron, standard stuff we've already made. The connectors, again, stuff we've already made. And the electromagnets, again, stuff we've already made. The only thing is just the sheer cost of the advanced plating. Each advanced plating requires 4 tough alloy, and each of those requires us to make a ferroboron alloy and some lithium, and ferroboron requires steel and boron. So we have to make a lot of steel. Now, admittedly, now we've got mechanism, we have an easier way of making steel in that these factories, once they're done, I can throw coal blocks in here and throw iron in here and just cycle it round twice and it will make me steel. And it's a lot faster, especially if we upgrade the speed and things like that. Thankfully, you have a digital miner. To be honest, like, cost-wise, the steel isn't a problem cost-wise, because if we look up iron, I've got currently 10,000 iron, and coal we've got currently 14,000. So I have enough coal and enough iron to make steel. Easily enough coal and enough iron to make steel. It's just the time of processing. Now we could make some mechanism speed upgrades to make this faster, and we could make the next tier of factory upgrade as well. Mechanism speed upgrades. That requires osmium dust. More for nuclear craft ores. I've done okay with the nuclear craft ores, actually. I've got 390 boron, and the other one was iridium. Was it iridium? Lithium. And I've got 900 lithium ingots and 200 lithium ore. I've been doing okay for the ones, and yes, I have used the digital miner to get some of that, but actually like 90% of that was before I got the digital miner. That was just from running the builder in a massive area. By the way, for those people who live near me, such as Pi, yeah, you see this whole area here, basically from this chunk here, all the way to this chunk here, and all the way up to this chunk here. So basically this like 9x9 area of chunks here. Yeah, all of that's been mined out below the surface. Like everything under Y level 60 is gone. That's all dirt. From about Y level 60 down. So mining in this area, not going to help you. Not going to help you in the slightest. Now, let's grab a tier 3 upgrade. Hey, it's Rasha. Welcome back. 2 tier 3 upgrades, and we can actually throw one on you, one on you. Lovely. And now, what I meant by throwing blocks of coal in, iron in, is if we grab iron, we can go blocks of coal in here, and iron in here with auto split on. And that will just create me 7 stacks of enriched iron. I then do that a second time. And again, we're out of power. Why is this thing so finicky about... One second. Universal power cable. Loop. Advanced universal power cable. Loop. Elite universal power cable. Loop. Oops. So let's throw this stuff back in. You, and you. And then let's throw down our elite universal cable. Yeah, it's not outputting power. This thing has plenty of power in it, but it's not actually outputting power. No Zana today? Yes, we have Zana today.
Hello.
Zana says hello. You're all insane, but Zana says hello. Why are you not outputting power? So let's put our fusion controller here. And we'll just change up how this has been built so that we can keep this running, or keep this working. Not all the marble in the world goes to Pi, would you believe?
Lies.
Pi does not get all the marble. Pi just gets most of the marble. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then... we want to do one more like that. So then we do redstone, redstone, torch, and then redstone and one more redstone. Here, and then we'll put a reactor casing down here and an output on here so it's touching the thing. Now if we give that fuel, are you going to actually output to the universal cable? No, you're not going to output to the universal cable. Right, fine. You would think that a mod that doesn't have its own freaking energy cables would be a little bit better about outputting power to freaking energy cables. Are you going to output to this guy? No. Ah! Why do you not want to output power? I swear I've got everything set up in the right locations. At Nuclearcraft. Place this block in the shell of a fission reactor in place of some casing, but not on the top or bottom sides. If the controller is attached to the reactor structure, then its inventory and stored energy can be accessed by automation through this block. Do make sure that the port is facing into the reactor interior. Wait, what? It has a face? But wait, it was outputting power anyway. The front of the port is the side with a slightly different texture. Okay, so that may be where something is going wrong, but then it was working previously anyway, and I was holding shift, goddammit, game. Dude. Make sure I didn't break anything else in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so in which case I need to put this like there. Okay. And there. And then give this fuel. I've lost a couple of fuels doing that, but that's fine. And now you're like but the problem I have with that, the big problem I had with that was it was outputting power previously anyway. That's the reason it doesn't have any power, any cables of its own, because it's bad at them. Yeah, I can believe that. So what fuels do we currently have in our storage at the moment? We've got thorium fuel, we've got LUE, we've got LEP, we've got LEN, and we've got some HEU fuel. We've got 8 HEUs, so we can throw those in and we can grab whatever is the leftover from the HEUs once it's burnt up. Just make sure the heat isn't rising so quickly that it's going to, you know, melt the floor. Because we don't want that. We don't want to melt our reactor a second time. But yeah, this is outputting the enriched iron, and once that's gone through, we'll just cycle it back around and it'll make it into steel dust for us. As to circuits, we've got currently 36 of the purple circuits. We might be able to make some more of those. No, because we need blue circuits. So we can make 24 blue circuits. And then I think we also need the purple alloy. Yeah, we need purple alloy. So, alloy, let's grab a stack of blue alloy and some reinforced obsidian. We've got 4 reinforced obsidian there. And I actually think we've got some reinforced obsidian down in you, haven't we? No, we haven't. Okay. So we've just got 4 obsidian plates and 4 obsidian ingots. But we don't have obsidian powder. If we put the obsidian powder into the metallurgic confuser with diamond, we can make it reinforced. So we have got some obsidian here that we want to use up. We've got 320. So there we go. And then we can also 1, 2, 3, 4 do another 320 in there. That one. I'm quite scared that if we put HEU in this, it's going to melt the reactor. But what I can do, if I do find out it's producing way too much heat, I can just take out a couple of these reactor cells from in here. The reactor cells, taking them out will slow down the reaction, meaning it takes longer to burn through the fuel. But, well, to give you an example, it's currently, the net heat generation is currently 1560, and it's got 3 minutes left. If I pop in here and I take out 2 reactor cells, the net generation becomes 1200, and it's got 3 minutes left. So we lose a little bit of a little bit of speed, I suppose, on it, but it's not the end of the world to do that, to lose a little bit of speed here and there. Okay, so let's grab 32 obsidian powder in there, and let's put some diamond in to make enriched. 1, 2, 3, 4. Auto split on. So if we look up the uses of these, we can make the elite circuits with them. And that makes us, how far into the elite circuits? 55. So we're well over halfway through to the elite circuits. You can see that processing-wise, not particularly expensive. Diamonds, we've got 1,400 and another 218 ore if we need them. But yeah, you can put in more and more coolers, and I think there's one type of cooler that only requires to be touching a reactor casing. Which is it? It needs to touch a reactor cell or a moderator block. Reactor cell, active moderator, active water cooler and redstone cooler, 2 moderators, 1 reactor casing and 1 reactor cell. That's lapis coolers. That's the one we've got. Active redstone cooler and 1 reactor casing. 3 reactor casings at a vertex would be nice, but we don't have endurium. Must touch 1 active moderator cell. Must touch 1 active glowstone cooler. Must be at least between 2 active lapis blocks on the same axis. 1 reactor casing and 1 moderator block. No, we don't. The best we have is the lapis coolers. So if we can make a bunch of tough alloy, we can make more lapis coolers. We can actually fit quite a few more lapis coolers in there. If you make a really big reactor, what you can do with lapis coolers, you can have 1 cell and then 4 lapis coolers per cell. And that gives you a lot of coolant. That gives you a lot of cooling. So let's grab 32 boron and steel, and we'll make some more ferroboron. How are we doing for this? We are doing quite well, and we're not overfilled on ethylene, which is good. And how are we doing for our processors? Looks like we have finished processing all of those. So what I will do is I will actually grab some redstone and some silicon. Because I can put speed upgrades in this, can't I? Yes. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make 2 of these processors. Because that will allow us to make speed upgrade cards. I believe. Acceleration cards. Which will allow us to process stuff a lot faster through here. And we've basically got everything automated for the printing of just the base bits of circuit. We haven't got it automated so that it will print whole circuits for us, but we'll be able to automate that later very, very easily. We make 2 acceleration or 2 card packs, and then we make 1, 2, 3 acceleration cards. Like so. When we get our logic press, of which we have 3, kind of stole quite a few of the presses, guys, I'm sorry. And we make a whole bunch of logic presses, because we're going to need a whole bunch of logic presses, and gold is not freaking rare. Hey, Sarah Roseblade, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Sarah? There's refined obsidian, which we can throw into the enrichment factory to make oh no, we have to cook it first, don't we? Yeah, we have to cook it into refined obsidian ingots. And then we can make the refined obsidian ingots in the... Oh, no. No, that's right. Like, we make these in the enrichment factory using the dust, yes? Yeah, that makes them into plates. Bad? Why is it going bad, sweetie? Yep, I noticed. Yeah, with the size of reactor I've got at the moment, it's storing 3 million RF, which isn't a terrible storage, but I could increase the reactor size, I think, 1 block in every direction. And that would give it a whole bunch more storage capacity. Now what we're going to do is we're going to throw in some HEN once this is done, and we're going to see what happens. So, get ready to break it if I have to. Throw this in. We are generating only 660 heat per tick. That's actually less than the HEU fuel was producing. So the HEU 233 is actually more powerful. And we're producing 4,000 redstone flux per tick. That's not bad. So we're actually using a slightly weaker fuel there because we were using HEU 233, which is apparently slightly more powerful. Not sure why. Not sure who decided what was more powerful than what. Just is. And that's just going to process by itself, and we're going to need several chests worth. We're going to need 8 times 640. 640 is 10 stacks. So we're going to need roughly 3 chests worth of this stuff to complete that quest. These, I'm just going to need a lot more emeralds. I've captured a villager to do some emerald trading with, and I've also got my digital miner to mine up emeralds. Not a problem. I think those are the only 2 ways we're getting emeralds. Just check recipes on emeralds, just see if there's some really cool way of getting it. The illager gets it. The illagers will drop emeralds. Can I make it? Can I force an illager? Ooh, at soul. No, not at soul. Soul vials. I can capture illagers. I'm sure of that. I saw them on the list. Mushroom, wolf, dweller, ashen, magma cube with a bat witch, guardian, endermite, sheep, cow, chicken, squid. I'm sure I saw illagers on the list. Illusioner. Oh, Vindicator. Yeah, I can definitely capture these guys, these Vindicators that I can kill for emeralds. The question is, where do Vindicators originate from? Hey, Sub to Ninja, welcome to the stream. So where do the Vindicators come from? Vindicator is a hostile mob. Where does it come from, though? It's a new type of illager mob released in Minecraft. Can be found in woodland mansions. Okay, so the likelihood of us getting that is very, very unlikely. Very, 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 very unlikely for us to actually get one of those guys. So... unless someone happens to find one. You have the flu. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot. So we can trade with villagers for them. Shepherds, fletchers, librarians, clerics, armourers, weaponsmiths, toolsmiths, butchers, leatherworkers, structural engineers, machinists, electricians. Yeah, so we've captured a farmer, and we're going to be doing some trading off screen. But everything else is just, yeah, emeralds. We can get an Ectunic Knack Emerald mixture, which is literally just a mix of those 2 liquids, which I presume we just... yeah, we literally just mix the 2 things. So there is literally no way of making that, making emeralds like a cheaty way. Do you have Tinker's Construct? Unfortunately, we don't have Tinker's Construct. That was one of the things that even Electro, the creator of the pack, kind of suggested immediately was, oh, you could, like, melt some villagers. It's like, I can't, because you didn't put Tinkers in the pack, Electro. So... unfortunately, would love to melt villagers for emeralds, but can't. I know, but then kind of part of this pack is not kind of giving in to that sort of stuff, is being willing to push and do things a different way. And that's actually one of the things I love about this pack. One of the things I've found frustrating about Minecraft for a long time is that a lot of packs just ended up being the same, especially in 1.7. It was actually the thing that pushed me into Skyblocks in the first place back in 1.7, was just because packs were feeling so samey. And then Skyblocks themselves got samey. Like every single Skyblock used X and high-low. That's why I jumped on modern Skyblock. No, there's no villager shedding, unfortunately. If I could find a mansion, I could kill villagers. I could actually catch one in a soul jar and just mash spawn them. But the chance of finding a woodland mansion... I suppose I could take the seed and put it into a seed tracker and see if I could get the seed tracker to find me a woodland mansion, but this is modded, so it depends very much on how the mods are set up as to whether or not a woodland mansion is going to be where a woodland mansion should be. But yeah, it's fine. I have a villager to trade with, and the only thing is the time for trading, because I've got 6,000 carrots and 2,000 wheat and 5,000 potatoes. So I've got more than enough stuff. Sky Resources really is a refreshing new thing. I have enjoyed Sky Resources a lot. Grats, Karika. Wonder what that achievement was for. Oh, that's for falling in oil. Grats on the achievement. You fell in oil. So skilled. No one mentioned that I also fell in oil. I also like, to a certain extent, just like I have different sort of preferences and thoughts about different things. One of the things I like about Sky Resources is once you get a material, like once you get iron, it's very easy to get a lot of iron. The build up to getting iron is a little bit slower and a little bit harder, but once you get iron, it's very easy to get endless iron. You like the incorporating of Exner Hilo and Sky Resources into Enigmatic 2 Expert. Yeah, I actually quite like that as well. The one thing I would say is it's really freaking confusing for some people. I don't feel massively confused by it, but I've seen so many people just get completely bamboozled by the idea that you've got both. So I saw one person who went through I think it was like 30-minute process to get endstone via Sky Resources, only to immediately realise, having gotten endstone via Sky Resources, that all he actually needed to do was get lava in a stone barrel from Exner Hilo and drop glowstone into it. And that would get him endstone. My partner is next to me playing Simple Life 2, building her little village. True, it's not little. She has a massive castle in it in Modern Skyblock. Why do I keep... Literally, I was playing Final Fantasy VIII, and I signed off the stream by saying, "Thanks for watching, this has been Modern Skyblock 3. I don't know why that is so ingrained in my brain now, that at the end of every single thing I say Modern Skyblock 3. It's not like the series was even that long. It was only like a 40-part series or 50-part series? It wasn't that long a series. And yet it just completely and utterly, permanently ingrained in my brain.
Rolls off the tongue then.
Yes. Thanks for watching. This is the GamingDroid, and this has been Modern Skyblock 3. It does roll very beautifully off the tongue. You have become Modern Skyblock 3. I promise you I have not become Modern Skyblock 3. So yeah, I think we are, apart from the processors, which are a little bit more convoluted, I think we're actually at the point where every single quest just requires me to wait out the timer now. one of the quests we are literally about to complete. So that's quest 1 from this era. Oh no, the other thing is the nuclear craft one, which I'll come back to in the next one. This one, just have to wait out the timer. Can you please say hi to Sana? Sarah says hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Sana says hi. This one is literally just waiting out the system now. That system is fully automated. Thank you. This one is almost fully automated. It just takes potatoes in and puts plastic out. And as each potato is worth 4 substrate, and each substrate becomes 1 HDPE, and we need 3 chests worth, all I need to do is put in a few more potatoes, and then we will have enough. We probably have enough potatoes now, but I'll throw in a few more potatoes anyway. But if we have a chest full of potatoes, that's 4 chests worth of HDPE. And that's more than enough. So that's the HDP quest basically done, other than the waiting. We can speed this up by throwing in some speed upgrades, which I'm just about to make. But in the end, it's all, that quest is all done other than the waiting. We are a little bit power, sort of, there is going to be a bit of a power sort of bottleneck as well. But yeah, this quest is pretty much all done bar the waiting. If you dance with the skyblock don't change, the skyblock changes you. Don't dance with the skyblock by the pale moonlight. But yeah, so all this requires is the waiting. The compact machines, all I have to do is keep throwing ender pearls into the system and get enough emeralds. The emeralds are going to be trading. I don't have any kind of trade hall, do I? I have a trade station from forestry. An automatic mailbox that lets players set up trading deals. Oh! Matron, hello. I can sell stuff to people for emeralds.
No.
Pie, you know all that marble I was giving you? For free? Well, I think I might have to charge. No, it's fine. I was hoping to have like a villager trader, but that's fine. I can manually trade with this guy. It's just time consuming. How many more blocks do we need, by the way? If we go and look at compact machines, we have 7 max size compact machines. So that's 7 max size compact machines. And we have another 28 here. So 28 plus 7 is 35. So we are literally just over halfway to the number of compact machines we need. So we need enough emeralds to get another 35 to 64 is 29. So I need to get another 29. You can use the power spawner to make multiple villagers. I don't need villagers. I need illagers. And as far as like the cost of like the needing multiple villagers to trade faster, I can trade with that guy pretty much as fast as I'm able to. Because that guy is a farmer and I have all 3 wheat, potato and carrots. So doing all 3 sets of trades guarantees that he's going to reset his trade values. So he never runs out of trades because I have so many trades I can do with him. If I had a trade hall or a trader's block, dang it, why was that a large compact machine? This is going to be another large compact machine, dang it, because I have to wait for it to put the emerald in.
You stop with the lag.
So that's going to be... Oh no, that was a huge one. I just have to wait for it to put the emerald in every time, just to make sure. A few chunks of extreme hills. True, if I could find an extreme hills biome. I did mine out the 9 chunks under my base, the 3x3 area of chunks under my base. That got me 50 emerald ore, which got me 3 stacks of emerald. I did get a stack of emerald from trading very, very quickly on stream. But it's just a matter of I moved the emerald mine. I moved the miner all the way over there, and it only found 17 emeralds. So it's chances. Digiminer makes it easy enough. Oh yeah, I'm not complaining that it's hard. It's just the process of going through it, of like the time consuming thing. I'm basically what I'm saying by saying that it's a process that's going to happen is that basically I'm going to do it off stream. Because I don't want to sit here trading with a villager for 25 minutes to get enough emeralds. And literally, it'll probably be less than 20 minutes. It'll probably be a 20-minute trading session to get enough emeralds to finish this off. If I actually look in here, I don't think I emerald blocked the emeralds I got from the villager. No, I didn't. So I've got 54 emeralds from the villager. So that's another 6 emerald blocks right there. So that's 6 off the 20 whatever I needed. So trading-wise, not massively a problem. And the digital miner has also been gathering emeralds over in this direction. So if we go and have a look at the digital miner, we are currently on 8 emerald blocks, and that's all it could find. So we could just kind of fly off in this direction. And actually what I can do is I can unclaim those chunks when I go back. So let's put down you and you and start 40 more emerald blocks, and then we'll just make sure we claim the chunk we are in. And we're definitely inside this chunk. Yes, we are perfectly inside that chunk. So you can see that it's not terrible getting emeralds. It's just a case of I don't necessarily... I mean, at this rate, I might do it on stream. Because I'm still streaming. And I was about to say... About an hour ago, I was going to say I'm going to finish up streaming soon. And I never said it. So I'm still here, still streaming. The reason sometimes it's a large compact machine, not a huge maximum size one, is because this thing, as it's shrinking, does actually take up space. It does actually take up a block space, and the emerald block needs to be placed right there for it to become a huge machine. Otherwise, it's a large machine. So once that disappears, I then have to wait for this thing to place its emerald block. Like... and then it will become a huge compact machine. However, I need to put more compact machine casings in the builder. Now with vibrant grinding balls, with my vibrantly exciting balls in my grinder, I can turn each of these emerald ores into between 4 and 5 emeralds. Possibly 6 if I was really super lucky. But between 4 and 5 emeralds. So that means every 2 of these ores is roughly 1 block. So that's another 4 blocks. And yes, I did have to divide them up into 2s to count them then. Droid has been streaming for a while. His brain is not strong. The brain is not strong with this one. Some more depleted fuels, which we can pop over here and throw into our reprocessor. Lovely. And the reprocessing of ore, the reprocessing of fuels, that's one of the things that I don't like the reactors from nuclear craft, just because they chuck out so much energy so fast that I don't really care enough for that much energy, because you need to have a massive energy bank basically, and you need to turn it on and off when the energy bank is full. I much prefer RTGs, which nuclear craft is brilliant for, because nuclear craft gives you a great passive power gen. But passive power gen like solar panels, like thermoelectric generators, water mills, windmills. As far as immersive engineering goes, I prefer the thermoelectric generators, because the thermoelectric generators are so compact and have no terrain animation and things like that for the amount of power they produce. I find them the best. But there is also there's also other generators and things that are just as effective and just as good in many ways. But the RTGs from Nuclear Craft I really like, because they have no animation. They're a single block. They don't require anything for power. They don't require any consumable or any multi-block. Even the thermoelectric generators require a multi-block. They require you to put items either side of them. I use chiseled ice because it doesn't melt, and uranium blocks. But the RTGs require nothing at all, and they just produce masses of passive power. That's not the catalyst droid. The engineer's hammer is not the catalyst. That's not what you throw. Don't throw the engineer's hammer, droid.
It's not going to work, though.
No, it's not. So we're already up to 17 compact machines, and that's just how that's just going to be that sequence over and over again. So I think what I will do is I will probably call the stream. And say thank you very much for watching. But before we go, if I have some viewers, I would love to do another raid and just give a little bit of love to someone else from BSO7. I've been raided by some of the really big guys on BSO7, and I like to raid some of the other people on BSO7. What do you guys feel like? I'll give you a choice. Shall we raid a little streamer and make them happy to suddenly have another 5 guys viewing? Or shall we raid a bigger streamer? Or shall we raid someone who's playing Minecraft? Do you want me to see if I can find someone who's playing a Minecraft modded series? Anything you guys are particularly interested in? Minecrafting Dad's playing Sky Adventures. Small streamer. Okay, so Minecrafting Dad's bigger than me, so we're not going to... don't. Whenever I say someone is bigger than me, or I like to give love to the big guys and things like that, my partner smirks. She has dirty mind. Okay, so let's see, who have we got? We've got looking for a stream that looks nice and clean. Okay. Zetki. You don't sound like you're English. Probably not a good idea. PC the Wolf. Yeah, let's do some PC the Wolf. He's playing Feed the Beast Beyond. PC the Wolf is going to be our target, so I'm going to set that raid up now. Over on Twitch. So let's go and have a little raid of PC the Wolf. I've been the GamingDroid. This has been Mass Production, which is a mod pack by Electrofried. He is a mod pack creator. The server I've been playing on is the standard server that comes with the pack. It's Electrofried's own server. It's the pack open server. And I'm actually very near the end of stage 3. Because I have 3 of the 4 remaining quests set up to do, and the nuclear quest I just need to look into and get that set up. And this was Modern Skyblock 3. No, this was Mass Production. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you over on the raid. Please do stick around on PC the Wolf for a little while. Say something in chat, poke him a little bit, make a little bit of fun of him, give him somebody to talk to, because he's only got 2 viewers. It's nice when you're a small streamer. Having someone talk in chat is the difference between streaming and finishing your stream and feeling like crap, and streaming and finishing your stream and feeling great. Even if it's just one person to talk to for 20 minutes while you're streaming, it makes the stream feel totally different. So hang around, say some things in chat, be nice to the dude. And I will see you all on the raid. Bye-bye. That's Zana saying goodbye, because this is my hand. And that's my other hand. And that's Zana's hand. Bye-bye, everybody.